p.m. Monday, September the 19th. And this is the Bel Air Beach final public hearing on fiscal year 2022-2023 budget. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heidi, would you please take the roll?
Councilmember Frank Bankert.
Present, President.
Councilmember Leslie Notero.
Here.
Councilmember Lloyd Roberts.
Here.
Councilmember Jody Shirley.
Present.
Councilmember Mike Zabel.
Here.
Vice Mayor Glenn Gunn.
Present.
Mayor Dave Gaddis.
Here.
Interim City Manager Kyle Riefler.
Here.
And City Attorney Randy Mora.
Present.
Thank you, Patty. We have two items on tonight's agenda. I'm going to hand it right over to City Attorney Moore, who will read item number 2.
The first item to be handled is resolution number 2022-05. Though you may not have done so in the past, I intend to read both resolutions in full to ensure complete disclosure of the budget process. Resolution 2022-05, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida, establishing the final ad valorem millage rate for the fiscal year 2022-2023 for the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida at 2.0394 mils and establishing an effective date. Whereas the annual estimate of anticipated revenues and expenditures of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida for the fiscal year commencing October 1, 2022 and ending September 30, 2023 has been submitted by the City Manager in accordance with Article 8 of the City Charter. And whereas the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida is required by the City Charter to adopt an annual operating and capital improvement budget for each fiscal year, and whereas Section 200.065 Florida statutes establishes the method of fixing the millage rate by the governing body of the taxing authority, and whereas the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Pinellas County, Florida, held a public hearing on September 7, 2022 at 6 p.m. to adopt a tentative millage rate as required by Florida Statute 200.065, whereas the City Council has reviewed the manager's proposed budget, amended it, and tentatively adopted the amended budget. Whereas the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach must set the final millage rate for fiscal year 2022-2023 to be used in computing the amount of ad valorem taxes to be raised to fund the final budget. Whereas the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Pinellas County, Florida, held a public hearing on September 19, 2022 at 5:05 p.m. to adopt a final millage rate as required by Florida Statute 200.065. Whereas City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach now deems it necessary, proper, and to the best interest of the public to adopt by resolution the final millage rate for fiscal year 2022-2023. Now therefore, the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida hereby resolves 1. That the ad valorem tax millage rate for fiscal year 2022-2023 is hereby established at 2.0394 mils. 2. That the millage rate levied is higher than the rollback rate of 1.7916 as certified by the county appraiser on July 1st, 2022 and has increased by 13.83%. That this resolution shall take effect immediately upon final adoption. Mayor, this has been a full reading of resolution 2022-05.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moore. I'm reading this script, and basically, it sounds like I need to summarize what you just said. And that is the final millage rate for fiscal year 2022-2023 is 2.0394 mils, which is higher than the rollback rate of 1.7916 mils. The rollback rate is the millage rate that will provide the same ad valorem tax revenue that was levied during the prior year. The rollback rate is lower than last fiscal year's due to an increase in this year's property value by 14.07%. The reason for setting the millage rate at 2.0394 is to fund expenses for the general fund for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2023. With that being said, I'm going to do things a little bit different than we normally do in our meetings, and I'm going to go ahead and open the floor for citizen comments. Would anyone like to speak? Okay. If that's the case, then we're going to now go to a motion. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Mike Zabel. Do I have a second?
Second.
Jody Shirley.
Member Zabel, could you clarify the nature of your motion?
My motion is to take this to the final vote.
Thank you. Mike Zabel, you have the floor.
The city council has done its due diligence in this case. We have heard from the citizens. We have looked at our city's requirements, and we've had previous hearings on this matter. I recommend a yes vote on this.
Would anyone else like to speak? No?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Frank Baker.
at our last city council meeting, we discussed and approved the budget, and then we discussed at the end of the night, not carrying on with the current city manager we were interviewing. So the budget in front of us, if you look on page 23, there's going to be a $48,000 difference, or exceeding what was projected before. So do we really need a 2.0394 millage rate for that lump of money being credited back to our budget? Because if we go with the original budget of 2021 or 2022, 2023, and the expenditure for a city manager about $138,000 total package, that still comes out to about a $48,000 savings.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Would anyone else like to comment? All right, let's take it to a vote. Patty, would you please do a roll call vote?
Councilmember Bankert,
No.
Councilmember Notaro,
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts,
Aye.
Councilmember Shirley,
Aye.
Councilmember Zabel,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Gunn,
Aye.
Mayor Gaddis.
Aye. So the vote carries 6-1. And so I need to read this one more time. The final millage rate for the city of Bel Air Beach is 2.0394 mils for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023. And it's 13.83% higher than the rollback rate of 1.7916 mils due to a 14.07 increase in property values. The purpose for setting the millage rate at 2.0394 is to fund the general fund expenses for the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 through September 30th, 2023. Now we're on to item number 2, and I will pass the torch right back to Randy Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is Resolution 2022-06. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida, making appropriations for certain expenditures, expenses, capital improvements, and certain indebtedness of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2022 and ending September 30, 2023, and establishing an effective date. Whereas the City of Bel Air Beach will begin a new fiscal year on October 1, 2022. And whereas Section 200.065 Florida statute sets out the method of adopting the budget by the governing body of a taxing authority. Whereas it is necessary and required that prior to beginning a new fiscal year, a budget should be passed and adopted for the operation of city government. Whereas the City Council has held the 2 required public hearings on the proposed budget for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2022 and ending September 30, 2023. And whereas by adoption of Resolution 2022-05, the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach established a tax rate at the rate of 2.0394 mils on property assessed as of January 1, 2022 for the purpose of raising revenue for general fund operations. And whereas the City Council deems approval of this resolution to be in the best interest of the health, safety, and welfare of the residents and citizens of the City of Bel Air Beach and the public at large. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Bel Air Beach, Florida, that the documents entitled City of Bel Air Beach, Florida Final Annual Budget Fiscal Year 2022-2023 dated September 19, 2022 comprise the total amount of $5,583,520 for all funds reported. Section 2, the budget is being presented as a balanced budget, whereby there are sufficient revenues to offset all estimated expenditures and expenses. Item 3, all budget appropriations are based upon the total expenditure and/or expenses, even though the budget has been prepared based on line items and summarized to a categorical level. Section 4, appropriations may be transferred for the purpose of equalization when needed by a budget transfer with the approval of the city manager as necessary. This action will not change the total dollar amount of the budget. Section 5, the City Council during the fiscal year 2022-2023 may, by resolution, make any amendments to the budget adopted by this resolution as it may deem necessary and proper. Section 6, all budget amendments requesting additional expenditures or expenses must also identify the corresponding funding source. Section 7, cash balance reserves shall be carried forward for prior year encumbrances and reappropriated open purchase orders will be paid in fiscal year 2022-2023. In Section 8, this resolution shall become effective immediately on and after October 1, 2022. This has been a full and final reading of Resolution 2022-06, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Let's go to the citizens. Would anyone like to speak on this topic? Since there are none, public comments are now closed. Would anyone like to make a motion on this resolution?
Move to approve Resolution 2022-06.
Leslie Matero, do I have a second?
Second.
Boyd Roberts? Ms. Matero, you have the floor.
No extra comments.
Would anyone else like to speak on council? Let's take it to the vote. Patty, please do a roll call vote.
Councilmember Bankard,
No.
Councilmember Notaro,
Yes.
Councilmember Roberts,
Aye.
Councilmember Shirley,
Aye.
Councilmember Zabel,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Gunn,
Aye.
Mayor Gaddis.
Aye. So the budget passes at 6-1. Resolution 2022-06 is adopted for establishing a budget for the city of Bel Air Beach for a fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2022 and ending September 30th, 2023, with a final millage rate of 2.0394 mils, which is 13.83% higher than the rollback rate of 1.7916 mils. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Jody Shirley, do I have a second?
Second.
Mike Sable, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?